Welcome dear learners. This is Shrish Jayant Marathe, lecturer Geeta Devi Khandelwal, Institute of Pharmacy, Akola, welcomes you all. In previous session, we have done with the biomolecules or cell organelles which are present in the cell. In this session, we will discuss about very first biomolecule, that is carbohydrates. It is very first chapter in our biomolecules. So let's discuss it one by one. These are learning outcomes. After completion of this session, learners will be able to define carbohydrates. After that, they will be able to classify carbohydrates and draw the structure of various carbohydrates. So, what is the definition of carbohydrates? Carbohydrates or saccharides are polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones which on hydrolysis give same. So carbohydrates are nothing but polyhydroxyaldehydes. Poly means many, hydroxy means OH group. Either it contains aldehydic group or ketonic group. So which on hydrolysis will produce same. So they are called as carbohydrates. Saccharose means sugar. So carbohydrates are the most abundant organic molecule in the nature. Basically, carbohydrate consists of three things. First, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbohydrates simply called as hydrates of carbon. The most important carbohydrate found in plant is starch, whereas in case of animals it is glycogen. Glucose is stored in the form of glycogen, as we know it. So what is the general formula for carbohydrates? The general formula is CnH2O by N, where N stands for number of carbon atoms. For example, if we will take 6 carbons, so its formula will be C6H12O6, which is the chemical formula of glucose. So over here you can see 6 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and 12 hydrogens and 6 oxygen. So let's see how the carbohydrates can be classified. Carbohydrates can be classified into two types. First, sugars or saccharides. Second, non-sugars or polysaccharides. Sugars can be further classified into three types. First, monosaccharide, disaccharide, and disaccharides are further classified into reducing sugars and non-reducing sugar. And third division is oligosaccharides. So sugars are classified depending upon type of sugars which are present in the carbohydrate. Monosaccharide means what? These are the sugars which contains only single unit of sugar. That's why monosaccharide. Then disaccharide. Disaccharides are the carbohydrates or sugars which on hydrolysis give only 2 units of monosaccharides. That's why they are called as disaccharides. Then oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides are the sugars which on hydrolysis gives 3 to 9 molecules of monosaccharides. That's why they are called as oligosaccharides. Then non-sugars or polysaccharides are classified into two types. First is homopolysaccharides and heteropolysaccharides. Once again we will discuss this classification of carbohydrate because it is very important as far as examination is concerned. So carbohydrates can be classified into basic two types. First is sugars or saccharide, second is non-sugars or polysaccharide. So sugars are further classified into three types: monosaccharide, disaccharide and oligosaccharide. In case of monosaccharides, the sugars are further subclassified depending upon the type of carbon atom or the number of carbon atom. If the sugar contains 3 carbon atom, then it is triose. If the sugar contains 4 carbon atoms, it is tetrose. If sugar consists of 5 carbon atoms, it is pentose. And if sugar consists of 6 carbon atoms, it is hexose. These are the respective examples of monosaccharides. Then disaccharides. So disaccharides, as we have discussed, these are the sugars which contains 2 units of monosaccharide, which are bind with each other by glycosiding bond, which are further divided into 2 types: reducing sugars and non-reducing sugar. Sugars which undergo reduction, they are called as reducing sugar. For example, maltose and lactose. These 2 sugars are reducing sugar. Then non-reducing sugar. These are the sugars which don't undergo reduction. So famous example is sucrose. Then let's move towards next type, that is oligosaccharides. So what are oligosaccharides? Oligosaccharides are definitely, these are the sugars which on hydrolysis give 3 to 9 molecules of monosaccharides. They are called as oligosaccharides. Examples are as follows: raffinose and maltriose. Let's move towards next type of sugars, that is non-sugars or polysaccharides. Poly means many, as we already discussed in first slide. Poly means many. So these are the sugars which on hydrolysis give number of units of monosaccharide, means from 10 molecules to 100 or 1000. So that's why they are called as polysaccharides, which are further divided into 2 types: homosaccharide and heterosaccharide. Homosaccharides are those which on hydrolysis give same type of sugar. For example, starch. If we will hydrolyze starch, we will get only large chain of glucose. That's why it is called as homo. Homo means same. Homosaccharide. Next is heteropolysaccharides. Hetero means different. These are the polysaccharides which on hydrolysis give different types of sugars. So it might be glucose, it might be fructose, it might be maltose. So it's a mixture. That's why it is hetero. And famous example is agar. So let's discuss first, that is monosaccharide, which contains only 1 sugar unit. So these are simplest form of carbohydrates which are not further hydrolyzed into simpler units. Therefore, they are called as simple sugar. They have same formula as that of our carbohydrate, that is CnH2O by N, where N is number of carbon atoms. So monosaccharides are further divided into 2 types depending upon functional group and number of carbon atoms. So first criteria is functional group. As in the definition of carbohydrate, we have already discussed, these are polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones. Means definitely there will be number of OH groups, and either there will be an aldehyde group or ketonic group. So depending upon functional group, we have divided into 2 types: aldoses, that is it contains aldehyde group, for example glucose, and second ketone, the sugars are called as ketoses and functional group is ketone. So famous example is fructose. So this was about depending upon the type of functional group present in the carbohydrate. So next we will see depending upon number of carbon atoms which are present in that particular monosaccharide. If the sugar contain 3 carbon, it is triose. So these are the example, that is glyceraldehyde and trihydroxyacetone. If the sugar consists of 4 carbons, it is called as tetrose. Examples are erythrose and erythrulose. If the sugar consists of 5 carbon atoms, then examples are xylose, xylulose. If sugar consists of 6 carbon atoms, so famous example is glucose and fructose. And if the sugar consists of 7 carbon atoms, it is called as heptoses. Example is glucoheptose and pseudoheptulose. So these were 2 types by which we have categorized our monosaccharide. First depending upon functional group and second depending upon number of carbon atoms present in that particular monosaccharide. So let's see the examples of triols. We have already done with the names, so these are the examples. It is glyceraldehyde. So you can see the basic functional group is aldehyde, and these are 3 carbon atoms. So in dihydroxyacetone, the basic functional group is ketone, and these are 3 carbon atoms. Same with tetrose, it contains 4 carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Example is D-erythrose. And in case of D-erythrose, these are 4 carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the functional group is ketone. So same with pentose. You can see there are 2 types of sugar, D-ribose and deoxyribose. So these 2 sugars we have already done in our 12th standard in DNA and RNA. Okay, so please remember this. Next is hexose. Hexose consists of 6 carbon atoms. So famous examples are glucose, mannose, galactose and D-fructose. And last one, heptose. Heptose is sugar which contains 7 carbon atoms. And right now we have shown the example of ketose sugar. So it contains functional group as a ketone. You can see C double bond O group and 7 carbon atom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So the name of this structure is D-pseudoheptulose. So let's discuss about the structure of monosaccharide. So structure of monosaccharide is available either in a straight chain form. So this is straight chain form, or it might be in a form of ring-like structure, or it might be in the form of chair-like structure or chair form. So you can draw the structure of this monosaccharide in any way, either it is in a form of chain or ring or chair form. So dear students, it's very simple to draw the structure of monosaccharide. If you remember just a structure of glucose, you can directly remember the structure of any monosaccharide. So for example, if we want to remember the structure of D-mannose, what we will do? Just remember the structure of glucose. This is the basic structure of glucose. Okay, and remember a mnemonic, that is 2 gram, 2 gm. Means what? In case of glucose, at a second position, the position of H and OH group is like this. So in case of D-mannose, what you want to remember is you just want to shift the position of H and OH group. Further structure of D-mannose or the further structure of glucose will remain same. Means what you want to do? You just need to change the location of H and OH group in glucose. Further structure of glucose and mannose is same. So this, just see this first carbon atom, it's same. We just did change in the alignment or location of H and OH group at the second position, whereas further structure of this glucose and this mannose is same. So it's very simple technique to remember the structure of D-mannose. Next, we will see the structure of D-galactose. So this is the basic structure of glucose. What we will do? We will just alter the position of H and OH group at 4th position in the glucose. So it will become D-galactose. So just see, we have just changed the location of H and OH group at 4th carbon atom, whereas the further structure is same as that of D-glucose. So remember 4GG for the structure of D-glucose and D-galactose.